There she is.
Oh boy, we're playing beat the clock here with you.
Well, listen, uh, I took some Benadryl. I'll say that right now. I
You
took some Benadryl.
fucking junkie.
Well, no, listen. You ever been to Texas?
Yeah, I went for WrestleMania. I went to Houston. Yeah.
So I'm in Austin, Texas. Never been, first time.
Hmm.
First of all, why is it so hot here?
It's
That's
fucking
the number one
Texas.
question.
It's Texas.
Why would anybody want to live here?
I don't know. I mean, we lived in Florida. It wasn't pleasant during the summer in Florida either.
No, this is 10 times. It feels like, and you've been to Vegas, right?
No, never.
Okay, well, you've been to California.
Yeah, a couple times.
Okay, the heat here is not like it's not like the West Coast. It's not like Florida. It's like a heat I've never experienced before. It's
It,
the weirdest thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would think the humidity in Florida is way more uncomfortable than anything.
Well, so the here it was 97 degrees. The humidity was 70%, but the air is like dry.
97. Oh, you know what? It may get humid, which gets really uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
we have where we live in Florida, we're kind of off the water a little bit.
Right.
It
So
doesn't.
yes.
Yeah. It doesn't get it. You probably have that still air and that fucking yeah.
Well, there's like a breeze, but the breeze is hot. It feels like someone's turned a hot fan on you, and you're
Like a
like,
hair
you
dryer.
can't. Yeah, but when you're 270 pounds, you're out of
Oh,
shape, and you're
fatty.
trying to walk, you can't breathe. You literally can't breathe.
Now was that a
It's
uh,
not an official weight. I was just
wait. But what I'm saying is, was that like a you know how you breathe without thinking about it? Was that an actual weight or was that just a I give up roundup because you know you're close enough?
I was 265 last I
Oh,
checked. So
you're definitely close to 270 now. Because
I
I
mean, yeah.
word on the street is you have not slowed down a bit.
Well, okay, I'm in Texas. First thing I do. What do you think it is today?
You hit some fucking local Whataburger type place.
No, barbecue.
Oh, barbecue. I mean,
So,
I
but
don't.
no. Well, let me tell you though, I've never seen this in my life. So,
So when you go to a barbecue place in Texas, do you order Texas toast or you just order toast?
oh, I'm going to tell you about this. You're gonna lose it. So, you walk in and it's like a line, and the meat is all on this grill. Like it's like
Yeah,
the
that's what.
guy is just meat lined up, and he's like, "What do you want?" And you're like, I was confused. I was like, "How does this work?" He's like, "You pay by the pound, or
Oh,
whatever." So I'm like, okay. So I go, I'll take some brisket. And he goes, how big? I said, that's good. It was a good slice. I said, I want some sausage. He goes, jalapeno or regular? I said, oh, jalapeno.
right.
So he gives me half a link, which half a link is bigger than a whole link. So I
Is
don't even know what a whole link would look like.
is it girthy or is it long?
No, both. This is ridiculous. So, right. So then he gives me that, and they wrap it in like paper. Like they wrap it up. They just roll it in paper.
What, the sausage?
Both.
Oh,
So then
that's so
they're
you
like,
could
"What
tuck it in
sides?"
your. That's so you could tuck it in like your shirt pocket for
Right,
later.
right. Well, they're like, "What sides do you want?" You go to the next thing is sides. So it's cold sides first. So I get potato salad. Now I didn't know there was a hot side after the cold. So I got potato salad, but then I get to the hot, and they got jalapeno bacon mac and cheese.
Right.
I gotta get it, right? I gotta get it. So I get it. Okay, now I get to the thing. I get a drink. You'll never guess how much it cost.
Your meal?
Yeah,
Uh, pay by the pound. But I mean, I don't know where I don't know. Let's say 1895.
$38.
You got
And
some heavy fucking meat hanging there, I guess.
and I'm with a guy I work with, and he goes first, and his is 38, and he looked at me, and I'm like, oh shit, and I go, mine was 38, and he's like, oh, we put it on our like corporate card, like so. I Now I'm looking for Texas toast because, like you said, right in your head, you think that. Do you know that they have it? You go to the station app, you put your food down, there's a station. The station has this giant bowl, like this. It's like a, what do they call? I don't know what they're called. It's like a black kettle. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like a wok?
No, like you would see it in like an old Western. It's like a giant kettle.
Oh, like that they would cook the stew over their fucking
Right.
fireplace. Yeah.
Well, they had it sitting there, and inside is beans. And the guy's like, "You got to get some beans." I'm like, "Okay." They take a scoop of beans, put it in there, and then they have literally on the counter loaves of bread, like they bought it from the supermarket, and you just open up the bread and take it out like you're at home. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Yeah.
And I mean, in COVID era, you got everybody touching bread. You know, like you would think that would be like, but I
Yeah,
guess
but
it's
that's
Texas. They don't
Texas.
care.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, so
listen,
they're all
today New York fully opened up. So, I mean,
yeah.
if New
So
York fully opened up today, you could stick your hand in a bag of bread from in Texas, okay?
yeah,
Now, now,
and people are just pulling bread out left and right.
now before we get further in your food journey,
Yeah.
as this podcast has been now decided that this is going to be your food journal while in Austin. We have to go back because my plan was to give you a little bit of a ear beating here.
Yeah.
For
Oh, there we go.
well, you know why? I mean, what time did I message you? Like 1:30 in the afternoon. And
I thought we could skate by this.
you knew. And I'm like, hey, what time do you want to do this? Because I had seen you on Facebook, make mention of your flying to Texas. And you had also in the chat made some mentions about masks and whatever else on the plane. And I knew to like kind of put the seed in your ear that we have our podcast to do. And you're like, oh, I'm getting to Texas. I'll let you know what my schedule is. And I go, okay. I'm here, not flying to Texas, waiting to know when we're going to do this. So don't forget to keep me in the loop. So, then I let 5 hours go by with no word from you. And I'm like thinking in all that time, what, you didn't have like an hour to decompress in the hotel, or we could have banged this out. I know we could have banged this out. And instead you gave it the old blow off ski. And so then I had to remind you at like, 6:30. And you're like, oh, I'm going to dinner soon now. I should be done by 9. And so then here we are at 11:30, just kicking off this fucking podcast.
Well, but for the record, it's only 10:30. It's only 10:30 here.
Yeah. But I'm not there. And and I really, but what I really wanted to say was that I really appreciate you remembering to keep me in the loop and to just update me on and make a point to take care of your obligations here. And I want to also say before you dive in is that I had 2 instincts that I went against.
Mm-hmm.
And I regret both of them now. The first was to replace you early on with Bobby Rogers as a guest fill-in host, because I knew that would get you. I even like dropped the hint, like, "Are we doing this, or am I calling Bobby?" And then you gave me an answer, like, "We'll do it after." I knew that was kind of like a backhanded threat, because Bobby's going to start telling AJ stories, and
we don't want that.
And AJ doesn't want those stories out there. So.
No.
Not that I was going to let him get crazy, because I still want to really, really focus next time I talk to Bobby about the time he tried to auction off his kidney on eBay. I think that's because it's historical. It's after him. He set the eBay policy on auctioning organs on the internet.
Yeah, he did.
Right. I have a lot of questions for it, but so that would have probably and then the other instinct I had was to not message you at like 11 and just let it kind of fade away, and we'd not do a podcast today, so that the people, the AJ junkies out there, your TikTok crew, when there was nothing to download in the morning, would be up your ass about it, because I would have made a post on all the socials going, if you're wondering why there's no podcast today, message AJ. He'll explain it to you.
Okay, so instead you send me a thumbs up and then tell me it was an accident. Like, what were you testing the waters?
No. I did the fat finger thing and hit the thumbs up, and then I tried to remove it, but it would only let me remove it on my end for some reason. So I was like, well, fuck. And then I wrote, that was a mistake. Fat fingers, blah, blah, blah. I did not mean to do that, but I was sitting there looking at the thing going, what do I message him now? Or do I, that's when I was weighing the, like, do I just let this go and test you and see if you actually do the right thing and set this podcast up before Cinderella's coach turns into a pumpkin again.
Well, okay, I'll tell you this. There was time earlier, but I came back in my room and fell asleep for 45 minutes.
Well, that's what happens to fat people. When you get horizontal, or
that
when
was before dinner.
Yeah.
I ate this big lunch today at 11 o'clock, and then my meeting started at 1. But I was back in the conference room by 12, and from 12 to 1, I was like fading. I'm like, this is going to be a tough, meeting 1 to 4, struggling. But at about the 2:30, 3 o'clock mark, I had to get up and get some coffee, kind of do a couple laps around the conference room. Like, I was dying. And the coffee was cold for some odd reason, but I didn't care. I drank it. I did some laps, some stretching. Everybody's looking at me, and I was like, I ate too much for lunch. And it's embarrassing. You have to tell a room full of corporate people this. But then I took a little nap. We went to this place called the Oasis. The Oasis is on a lake.
Right back to the Austin. Food journey. That's all you want to talk about.
Yes, I do. This is a major to me. So we go to this place, the Oasis. Now, the Oasis is cool on a lake, and it's where everything faces where the sun sets. So every table faces that way. So when the sun sets, they like ring a bell, everybody claps. It's like, I don't know. But it's a really cool visual. So we ordered nachos that were they were solid. But then we ordered these they're called fireballs. And they're tiny little chicken balls, like smaller than chicken nuggets. And you dip them in this like honey mustard, like sriracha sauce that was out of this world. I must have ate like 40 little nuggets. Then I ordered a meal. But I also had a drink, which I never drank really, and I had a strawberry.
I knew it was going to be like a dessert type of drink.
Yeah, it was like a strawberry margarita, but like a slushie.
Oh, you fat.
Yeah.
If you're not 270, well, you're gonna
have. I got a quesadilla too.
They're gonna. Jesus Christ, dude! You know how they charge you if your bag's over 80 pounds. I think you're going to get clipped for just being inappropriately fat.
But then so when I got on the plane today, I get on.
How'd you fit in the seat?
Well, but listen, so I get in, I got a window seat, and a lady goes, excuse me, would you trade seats? And I said, is it for your kids? And she said, yeah, because my son, kid's like 5, would have to sit in another seat. And I said, no, I'll trade. I swapped to the other side. Well, nobody sat in the other row. It was just me.
Right.
By myself. So it was,
That's
a win-win.
Beautiful.
Right.
I like the aisle seat better anyways. I don't like the window seat.
Yeah, but I was able to stretch out, lay back on the window. I had my hoodie balled up in a pillow, and I lay, it was comfy.
But you're getting to the size where you can't be on the outer edge of the plane. You got to be more.
No.
You got to be more towards the center.
The seatbelt still fits. The seatbelt still fits.
You don't need an extender. Have you seen those guys with the seatbelt extenders?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's embarrassing. I never want to get to that level.
No. I don't know. No. I don't know. Well, you're on
getting there.
Speaking of which, I just want to let you know that I officially got through the day on the diet again. So we're back.
Oh, stop your shit.
We're back. We're back on the path.
It takes, but then in 2 days you'll be right back off again.
I don't think so this time. I feel awful.
Oh,
I've had like
last week.
I've had nonstop heartburn for 3 days, like 24
Yeah, I'm
hours.
popping Prilosec like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, but yeah, I will say I will never come back to Austin. There's literally homeless people. There's tents everywhere and homeless people everywhere. Like this is a guy today stopped me. I'm sitting on a park bench waiting for the restaurant to open because we got there too early, and he comes up and says, "Do you got any extra shoes?" And I'm like, "We were pulling out of my ass. Like, where do we have extra shoes from?" And he begged me for 10 minutes to give him money for shoes. I was like, "I'm not giving you money, dude." But yeah, I don't like this place. I'm ready to go home.
It sounds a
That's
lot
it.
like sounds a lot like California these days.
Yeah, no, it does for sure. Not a fan, not a fan.
Yeah.
But tomorrow we're going axe throwing. So
Oh. I really, really didn't expect you to say axe throwing. I really expected you
yeah.
to name another food or restaurant.
Oh well, it's funny because we get in the car after dinner. We're all full. Everybody's like tired and full. In the car 2 seconds, and someone says, "So what's for lunch tomorrow?" And all of us just started busting out laughing because it's like, who can even think about food? But really, we were all like, yeah, really, what is for lunch? And he's like, oh, there's a taco place in the parking lot and a couple sub shops. And then they're like, he's like, dinner tomorrow is barbecue. I feel like all they ever eat here is Mexican or barbecue. So yeah, but and then we're gonna go axe throwing. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, I
So
you'll
now there's a big missed opportunity that yesterday and today here, and you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it when I tell you.
uh
So
okay, shoot.
we're on a planned. This is a work trip, so they've got an itinerary for us. You don't have a choice of what to do. Well, one of the guys, my one of the guys here, Chip, is a huge wrestling fan. AEW, listens to podcasts, and yesterday he said it's a shame that we have this whole thing planned because Joe fucking Rogan does his live shows here every night
Oh, that's
here in
right.
Austin because he
He
lives
moved.
here.
Right. That's right.
So
He moved to Texas.
so when we looked, the place is around the corner, but we can't go because it starts at 8 o'clock every night. We'll never get back in time, and then you got to go to these planned functions. But if we would have known ahead of time, we may have tried to finagle it. But yeah, Joe Rogan
Or
missed
stayed
it.
an extra day or something.
Yeah. Yep. So we missed the Joe Rogan show. So it's tonight and tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. But now I think tomorrow we may go over to where he does it and see if we can see him. Maybe he'll be out there. I'll make a TikTok like Joe. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure
Yeah.
that'll
Our podcast features once in Nigeria. Yeah, something like that.
I don't think our podcast is beating him anywhere.
Maybe in like Yugoslavia or something. I don't
I don't know.
know. They don't know Joe Rogan. They only know the Breakfast Club.
I don't know. Anywhere where there may have been a UFC fighter once living there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Benadryl's kicking in.
Yeah. Well, it could be that or the 10 pounds of food you ate.
10 pounds of brisket I had for lunch.
How much of that loaf did you take? Like,
Of what?
the bread? Did you grab like 5, 6, 7? Wow.
No, I grabbed a couple, but I got very excited because like first of all you unfold the paper that they roll this in because they roll it like it's a piece of fish or something, and you unroll the paper and it's just like steamed brisket and they. Oh, this is the other thing I forgot to tell you this part. When the guys got the slabs of meat, I mean, there's like 20 different kinds of meats out there. And he goes, I said brisket and sausage. He goes, you want it dipped? I said, what does that mean? And he goes, he's got this big pot in front of him with this sauce. He goes, I dip it in there. But the way he said it was like, he's like, I dip it in there. And I'm like, dip it in.
He wasn't gonna like reveal what was
Right.
He's just, it's
And
like
he just
it's like
dunks it.
is it like an au jus type of thing, or is it like
No,
or is
it
it
was
like barbecue sauce?
It was like barbecue, but it was not thick. It was like watery. But when
Yeah.
he dips it, puts it in the paper, then rolls it.
Hmm.
And then when you open it, it's just like wet and
It's
steamy and
sloppy. just sloppy.
Oh, fucking beautiful. Yeah, and you got the sausage and cheese and jalapeno in it. I mean, oh, and then the mac and cheese was like super like cheesy, and there was bacon and jalapeno in it. Yeah, this was a solid meal. Let me tell you.
You got a problem, man.
Well, we know that.
You got a problem. I don't know if it exists. If it doesn't, I may have to look
Mhm.
into producing this item and start selling it. But I think I've come up with the greatest motivational slash rib gift for you. I want to
Oh
get you.
God.
I want to get you a new toilet seat that every time you sit on it, like I'm trying to think what voice would work best, but I would say like some kind of like Japanese kind of sumo type of feel to it with the voice, and it just barks out your weight when you sit down on the fucking
270.
270.
You fat fuck.
And you know
Yeah.
it'd be funny, like if while you're sitting there, returning some of your food back to the wild, if the number changes, it announces it.
Like you dropped a pound or
Yeah,
two.
yeah, yeah. 269.
Mm,
That would be
that's funny. Well, and the last story I got to tell you about my day today is so um I took my little nap and I get up and we got to meet downstairs. So I'm walking the elevator and I hear something like in the hallway, and I'm this is so stupid. I I hear something and I'm like, what is that noise? And it sounds like a woman just getting throttled, like moaning. So I want to now I want to
throttled
like
like being
like
killed or being
no
railed.
like
Get
being railed.
getting got, huh?
So right. So now I'm curious. So now I said, oh, I'm gonna wait a second. I'm gonna walk down the hallway because the sound's getting closer to hear this, right? Because I got to hear this now. I got to hear it. So, and I can hear it down the hallway. So I'm getting closer, and I hear it. I go, man, she's getting fucking hammered. I get towards the door, and I realize it's a dog.
Was it whining or
Yes. So I get downstairs, and
You're
I go
so
to the
horny.
elevator. Right, and now I'm like totally embarrassed that I just walked over to listen to a dog cry. I get in the car. We get to we're driving in the car, and my boss says, "Did anybody hear the dog whining?" They made a complaint to the front desk, and I said, "Yeah, I honestly didn't think it was a dog. I thought I thought it was something else." And they're like, "What do you think it was?" And someone goes, "I thought it was a cat." And at that point, I realized I can't tell you what I really thought it was. I said, "Yeah, I thought it was a cat too."
Yo, you chicken shit.
I don't want
You
to be like, I thought it was a woman. I went all the way up to the door. That's the worst part. Oh,
like, what were you gonna do? Just stand there and listen for a while, or
yeah, yes,
or are you
yes,
gonna be like, remember? Did you watch See Austin Powers?
yes,
Remember Tom Arnold in the stall next to him? You,
yes,
you
yes.
should have been like, "You give it to her, buddy. You show her who's
Yeah.
boss."
I was gonna listen for a second, and then I realized it was a dog,
Oh my
and
god. Well, first of
yeah,
all, you got to clean the fucking barbecue out of your ears because obviously your your hearing is
I had the
malfunctioning.
meat sweats today. I mean, I've gone through a range of
Oh
emotions
man,
today. So,
you've probably had the itis twice. Oh my god.
well, and like my hotel room, I came back from dinner, and I'm stripped down. I'm like, it's so hot. I'm sweating. The air's broken. It's 66 degrees in here. I have eaten so much meat today. I'm like on fire.
Are you just laying on the bed like I picture you laying, like when you sit down on the edge of the bed and then you
Mm.
lay back so your feet are still on the floor and you're laying with like no shirt on, sweating and just breathing heavy and just
I
trying to concentrate on cooling down.
I got back to the hotel and I stripped down. My feet were hanging off the bed. I was laying like that for like 45 minutes.
Oh, you pay.
Before I saw your text and said I just got back to the hotel. I didn't just get back to the hotel. I was here for 45 minutes. I just forgot to do the pod. I literally said, "Oh shit, I forgot."
No, you
And I was like, "No,
forgot
you want to
three
do it now?"
times
I totally
today. Yeah,
forgot.
no, you
Yeah,
forgot 3 times today. This is
yeah.
this is people. This is what I'm working with, and this is the level of commitment and respect he has for you. He knows that you come to listen
Oh,
every
stop it.
Wednesday and Friday like clockwork, and he just if I don't chase after him, it wouldn't get done. So I just love making
Yeah.
you the bad guy. It's fun.
I know. I know. All right, I'm done. I got nothing else. I got to go to bed.
I
I got to be up
understand.
at 6 o'clock in the morning.
You're all pilled up. You're fucking drunk on
I'm all
barbecue.
pilled up.
You're drunk on barbecue
I got
sauce.
barbecue sauce pouring out of my fucking pores right now.
I can't wait till all of this takes its revenge on you tomorrow.
Well, and here's the funny thing is, half of us went to the barbecue, the other half went to some chicken spot. And when they came back from the chicken spot, two of them were like, "It's going to be a bad day." I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "It was a spicy chicken spot, and everything was spicy." And the one guy was at dinner; he was uncomfortable. I said, "You all right?" He's like, "No." He's like, "The chicken's coming back." I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I didn't go there."
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like I said again before we go. I just want to let you know that I'm on the right path again, and that
Yeah, okay. I don't even believe you anymore. You're like Pinocchio.
I am. No, I went.
Nobody's believing
No,
you.
I had a pound of ground beef with some cheese. And
Yeah,
then,
today.
And then I had a couple of eggs later, and that was it.
All right, and a pizza tomorrow.
No,
I mean,
no.
you're all over the place.
No.
Yeah.
Here's why. I took most of the money I had available that I had transferred out of my brokerage account to pay some bills and stuff. I went to the grocery store, and the remainder of it I spent on healthy, diet-approved groceries. So I can't even get a pizza right now. I have to transfer more money in a day or two. And I've got a week's worth of food. So
Yeah, well, we'll talk Sunday.
we will. We will.
You'll have a pizza.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
We'll
so.
see about that.
All right. We will see about that. We will. You know what? When Marco and I do the other podcast, I'll call you Saturday and I'll let you know what I've been eating. I'll let you know. You'll know anyways because I post on Instagram. So.
Speaking of, I gotta post my barbecue.
Oh my God! You still got to duet that TikTok where she said I was right.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. I gotta go. The phone's breaking up.
Are you driving through a tunnel?
Yeah. I can't hear you.
All right, you fat piece of shit. Get it together, man. Rein it in.
Whatever. Goodbye.
Bye. Don't die in Texas.
Yeah, that would be awful. Goodbye.
It'd be a hell of a task getting your body back.
Goodbye.
Bye.